Guys, that night the world of K-pop was shaken once again by an unexpected moment that came so quickly yet left such a deep impression. On April 3, 2026, a short 61-second clip suddenly became the center of global attention, and behind that brief moment one name stood out and captured millions of hearts once again: Jungkook. No one was truly prepared for what they were about to see. The clip showed BTS appearing on a grand Japanese variety show, standing side by side with the popular idol group Snowman. But the real highlight came from a small unexpected detail. On that stage, Jungkook and Taehyung stood with their signature charisma, but beside them was a female dancer whose height was significantly shorter. The contrast instantly created a unique visual, as if two giants were standing next to a small figure full of energy. But this wasn't just about height differences. It was about how Jungkook responded to the situation in a way that truly touched people. As the music began, he didn't just dance, he interacted, supported, and made sure the dancer felt like part of that big stage. The performance started with BTS's iconic song Dynamite. Every move was sharp, every step perfectly synchronized. But what made it special was how Jungkook kept glancing at the dancer as if reassuring her that she wasn't alone. Behind his signature smile, Jungkook revealed a side that isn't always openly seen. He wasn't just a world-class performer, but someone who could make others around him feel valued. When the dancer bowed during one part of the choreography, the moment felt incredibly human. And there was Jungkook, without hesitation, giving her a small round of applause, a simple gesture that instantly caught the attention of ARMY worldwide. Fans' reactions were unstoppable. Social media was flooded with comments focusing on one thing: how Jungkook treated others on stage, not just as co-workers but as true partners in performance. In a short time, the clip reached hundreds of thousands of views, more than 215,000 views, and tens of thousands of likes proved that even a small moment can have a huge impact, especially when it involves someone like Jungkook. Many said the height difference actually enhanced Jungkook's presence. He looked like a protective figure, not just physically but emotionally. What's even more interesting is that Jungkook never tried to steal the spotlight. Instead, he shared it. Every smile, every glance felt like an invitation for the dancer to shine alongside him. On the other hand, Taehyung also showed incredible energy, but the focus kept returning to Jungkook, who naturally became the center of gravity in every movement. Not long after the clip went viral, 3 new photos were released. These photos showed Jungkook and Taehyung posing dynamically with members of Snowman. The filming location, decorated with snow branding, gave off a bright and modern atmosphere. Yet once again, fans' eyes were drawn to Jungkook, who looked effortlessly captivating. In every pose, Jungkook displayed a mesmerizing duality, on one side relaxed and playful, on the other radiating the aura of a global star. This collaboration between K-pop and J-pop became one of the most exciting moments of the year, not just because of its scale but because of the natural chemistry between the artists. The special 3-hour episode of Snowman and Yarasete Kudasai had been highly anticipated, but no one expected a small moment like this to become the main highlight. For many fans, this wasn't just a performance. It was proof that Jungkook continues to grow not only as an artist but as a human being. He showed that being big doesn't mean making others feel small. Instead, he uses his position to lift others up. And perhaps that's why Jungkook is so deeply loved, not just for his voice, not just for his visuals, but for his heart. Every small detail in that clip felt like a piece of a puzzle, forming a bigger picture of who Jungkook truly is. A performer who doesn't only focus on perfect choreography but also on emotional connection with those around him. As time passed, the clip continued to be talked about, not because of controversy, but because of the sincerity that radiated from every second. In an entertainment world filled with competition, moments like this feel rare, honest, warm, and real. Many hope collaborations like this will continue, as if just 1 minute can create such a massive impact. Imagine what could happen with more time. Once again, Jungkook proved that he is not just an idol. He is a symbol of how art and empathy can go hand in hand. And when the stage lights faded, one thing remained in everyone's mind: a warm feeling, as if they had just witnessed something truly special. Something that cannot be repeated, cannot be staged, and cannot be forgotten. Because behind all the glamour there was Jungkook, who, in his own way, made the world pause for a moment and feel. As the clip continued to circulate across platforms, new details began to emerge with every rewatch. Fans started noticing the smallest gestures, Jungkook's subtle nods, the way he adjusted his spacing, and how he timed his movements to match not just the music but the comfort of the dancer beside him. Some even pointed out how Jungkook slightly lowered his energy at certain moments, not to dim his performance but to maintain balance. Within the trio, it was a level of awareness that only seasoned performers possess, yet he executed it so naturally that it felt effortless. This kind of stage intelligence is what separates great performers from unforgettable ones. Jungkook didn't just perform the choreography, he lived within it, adapting in real time to create harmony on stage. Clips and screenshots began trending, highlighting Jungkook's expressions. His eyes, often described by fans as speaking louder than words, seemed to carry a quiet reassurance throughout the performance. Even casual viewers who weren't familiar with BTS found themselves drawn in. Many commented on how the energy felt different, less like a performance being watched, and more like a story being shared in real time. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, speculation grew about how this collaboration came together. The blend of K-pop precision and J-pop charm created a refreshing dynamic that fans didn't know they needed until now. Industry insiders began praising the stage as a perfect example of cross-cultural collaboration done right. And at the center of it all was Jungkook, bridging not just performance styles but emotional connections. What made it even more impactful was the authenticity. Nothing about the moment felt forced or scripted. It was raw, genuine, and beautifully imperfect in the best possible way. For longtime ARMY, this wasn't surprising. It was a reminder of why they fell in love with Jungkook in the first place. His talent may have drawn them in, but it was his sincerity that made them stay. And as the world continues to replay that 61-second clip, one thing becomes clearer with each view. Sometimes the most powerful performances aren't the loudest or the biggest, but the ones filled with quiet kindness, shared humanity, and a heart that shines brighter than any spotlight.